guys. This is kind of an impromptu video. I'm tired. I've been playing GTA 5 online or Grand Theft Auto 5 online. Um, and started thinking while playing this. Um, my Grand Theft Autos, if you will. I'm 33. Yes, the double threes. Holy shit, I know. We're like this. This is like basically my Grand Theft Autos. We have Vice City Stories, and Grand Theft Auto 3. These were my Grand Theft Autos. I'm missing Liberty City Stories and San Andreas, but basically they're like little worlds. The worlds are not that massive. 3 islands, except for San Andreas. You know, a beginning, middle, and an end. And very controversial for the times, especially in Vice City. Well, Vice City Stories, especially with San Andreas being, I think, before it. Where you play as, and this is for, again, that time, the news focused on you're playing as a black guy. With San Andreas, you played as CJ? No. Who the fuck did you play? I don't remember. Fucking, anyway, it's been a while since I played it. Pardon me. In Vice City Stories, you play as Lance's brother. The guy who ends up dying in Vice City, I believe. You play as his brother in Vice City Stories. So, anyway. These games, to me, are way better than fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, before you go on a big-ass rant about how, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, let me explain something to you here. To me, the reason they're better is because you don't have to have such a massive ass world. Like, you can see the map behind me is right here. And I have another one. I have another map somewhere. I just found the other day and just now lost today. But I have 2 maps. It's the same one, and like I said, it's right here. This one right here. And the map is massive. It's not locked off. They don't shrink it down for you to go and, you know, do things. You can explore the whole fucking thing right off the bat. You can go wander around, do anything to your heart's content. And, you know, the best thing about these games is they gave you just enough room to go run around and do anything you needed to progress the story. And one thing about these games also is, you know, the difficulty in them, I feel like, was a good setting. And in 5, there's not really any between, you know what I mean? And especially with online is just everybody's just doing whatever the fuck it is they want to do. Like, if I join online, I possibly can end up getting killed 15 different times just because I joined online. You know, I could want to go and play online to level my character up, which, by the way, is the stupidest fucking thing in a Grand Theft Auto game. But I mean, you know, you have to, because it's put in the game. Even though Grand Theft Auto has never relied on being a leveled up character, but you have to level your character up, and then, you know, you have to get money up to buy things in the game. And then Grand Theft Auto now has it to where you have to spend actual money to afford actual things in the game, because they have it to where they pretty much price gouge the shit out of physical merchandise in the game, which should be affordable in the game. There's a lot of issues in Grand Theft Auto 5 which just turns me away from playing the game. I mean, I wish the game itself was more of Grand Theft Auto and not more of give us your money. I mean, a lot of people I know play it. A lot of people have tons of friends on my PS4. I have not so many on my Xbox One, but I mean, come on, that's because Xbox One's fan base isn't as big as PS4. And that's not me picking and choosing. I mean, that's just the way it is. Xbox One is not even close to numbers on the PS4, but I mean, even still, it's like, okay, a lot of people play this thing, but at the same time, do a lot of people actually play this thing to the point of where you need that kind of a fucking space? You see what I'm saying? And I mean, I hear people all the time, they're gonna expand the space even more. Is that necessary? Do we need you to expand the map bigger? I mean, the AI in the game is fucking terrible. It's just fucking stupid. If you bump into somebody, they want to fight you, and then all of a sudden the police get called over to the fight, and they want to bust your ass, even though you had nothing to do with the damn thing. And then all of a sudden the cops are damn near impossible in this game. I'm not saying that, okay, I wish it was like with 3, how they were just super easy to get away from. But they're pretty fucking hard. And this isn't just me saying this. This is a lot of people saying this. These cops are pretty fucking difficult in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I'm wishing there'd be somewhere between Grand Theft Auto 4 and San Andreas. Somewhere in there. Because that was a good difficulty setting. But again, it brings me back to my point of, I don't think the map needs to be that big. Maybe what they need to do when it comes down to Grand Theft Auto 6, if they even decide to do one, because the way this game is going, it's still very popular, still too many people play the fucking thing. Shrink the map down. Shrink it down, because you're falling into this fucking trend, or you're falling into this fucking fad, whatever you want to call it, of more people just play it to play online than play it for the campaign, the story mode, which unfortunately Grand Theft Auto you've relied on heavily for the past 6 games. What, Grand Theft Auto 3, fucking Vice City, 4, Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, San Andreas. I mean, come on, man, and even 5, you've relied on it for over 6 games now, and now it's turning into online, and that means you're turning into every other game on the market, which is copy and paste of the same formula, which is why people are starting to really get sick and tired of Call of Duty and everything else, because it's just like everything else. You're buying it for the online experience. And that in of itself is just, you know, and I'm just giving my opinion on the game itself here. And like I said, I have the game. I bought the game digitally on the Xbox One, because everything I have on that system is a digital copy only. But I don't even fucking play it that much, just due to the fact that, okay, the story in it, I feel like the story is meh at best. I mean, yeah, you have the whole waterboard thing, which is the thing everybody got up in arms and everybody got their panties at a bunch over. But even that was like, okay, the waterboarding is what you got most thrown in a tantrum about. How about the fact if you pick that big ass fucking wrench, he breaks the dude's balls? Nobody said nothing about that. Or the fact you hook him up to some jumper cables. Nobody said nothing. It was the waterboarding that threw everybody over a fucking loop. But, I mean, there's more hardcore shit than that, okay? And you see waterboarding on television all the time. How the fuck is that bothering you? Oh, because I'm doing it in a video game. No, that's not that bad. I mean, come on, you literally take a big-ass fucking monkey wrench to a guy and break his fucking testicles, okay? Along with some other fucked up shit that just almost take the cake in comparison. And that's what made you go ape shit, was the waterboarding. I'm just saying. But again, it's like the game overall in itself, to me, is like, in comparison to the previous ones, is not as good. And I'm thinking it's because they're going from a controlled environment to expanding it to now it's just not even in their control, which is why people have been talking about, oh well, they're taking away the modding and all that. Even I got a message on my fucking gameplay, which I haven't even booted up in a couple months, and I got a message booting it up for the first time in over a couple months now. They're banning cheaters and shit like that. I'm like, how do you know if someone's cheating? Like, how do you know? Because I'm only at level 5. Okay, like I said, I don't play it that often. I'm only at level 5, and I mean, if people can literally just walk up to random other players and just start, shooting at one another without, being in a match or some shit, how do you know? Like I said, I'm level 5, and people just walk up and randomly start shooting at you, and it's like, hey, they're 1, you're 0. I'm like, I'm not even in a match with them. I never agreed to be in a match with them. You know what I mean? So, that's just something to think about. And like I said, it's not me trying to take shots at Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm just doing a comparison of past ones to this one, and why I think this one just isn't all that great. I wish it was. I wish I could sit here and be like, man, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, like a lot of people, but in all honesty, I can't say that. I can't say that because I don't think it is. I really don't. I think 4 was better, even though 4 drove like shit. 4's handling on cars was horrible. 5's handling is way better. 5's handling is so much better. 4 was like you were wasted the whole time. Like, I mean, you were just drunk. That was horrible, but I think 4's gameplay was way better. It was more interesting with the characters and the story development. This one is, you're just a retired fucking bank robber who doesn't know what to do with his life and has a dumbass kid and a dumbass wife and a dumbass daughter. And then you have some dumbass redneck, and like, they give you 3 characters, and it's almost like they didn't know what to do, but they've never had to rely on 3 characters to build a story. And it's almost like they reached for way too much going on, and I feel like they didn't even know what they wanted to do here. I mean, that's just me, and I've played every Grand Theft Auto under the sun. I didn't beat 4, but I played it. And I just like maybe with 6 they'll go back to basics and have only 1 character. This one really feels too busy. I don't like the interchanging between all 3 characters. I like Franklin. I really like his story. I like Mike. He's okay, but I don't like having to switch between them. I hate doing that shit. It feels like they really need to be like, okay, here's Franklin's, you need to go to Mike now, then you gotta go to Trevor, and that's how the story's supposed to line up. And if it's supposed to do that, they should just interchange it themselves and not be like, okay, you played Franklin way too far into his story, so if you go into Mike now, it's not gonna make any fucking sense. They don't need to do that shit. They need to just interchange it when it's supposed to interchange it and not rely on you. That to me is just fucking stupid. And I've had that happen like 4 times. And like I said, I've played a lot of the story. It's just, that shit gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves. The online, I started twice. I started one way back when I first got it, and then I deleted it because it was just super annoying. And then I figured I'd start it up again because a friend of mine was like, he wanted me to play online with him. And I haven't got rid of this profile yet, but I might because it's super annoying again. It's just super annoying. Apparently, if you find the Infernus car, you can't even take it to the paint shop. And that's fucking stupid. And I found the Infernus car. I'm a level 5. I've driven the Infernus car. I think it's called Infernus. And it's one car that's been in Grand Theft Auto since Grand Theft Auto 3, and it's the it's like the fastest car they have, in Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City Story and all that. It's like the sportiest car they have in those games. Well, I found it in 5, and I started taking damage, and I was like, you know what, I want to take this to the paint shop or chop shop or whatever they call it, and get it fixed. Well, I did that. I got to the chop shop to get it fixed, and it goes, this car's too hot. You need to purchase, like, actually spend real money on a different type of car. And I'm like, well, what the fuck type shit is that? I'm not doing that. This is why I don't do Grand Theft Auto 5, because it seems like it's more geared towards me spending physical money just to play the fucking game. And that, my friends, is why I don't do it. Sorry, Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto 5 might supposedly be a really good game, but you fucked it way up too fucking much. To the point where Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, San Andreas are way better games. 4, unfortunately, I don't have. I have a 360, which I'm probably going to end up going and buying 4 on, but I'll buy the complete edition with the Ballad of Gay Tony and what's the biker? I don't know what the biker one's called, but I'll end up buying the complete edition because I know how you did. You tore the game up into 2 downloads and the actual base game, so I'll end up buying that. I just don't know when. Fucking stupid ass fucking thing. There's something was crawling around on the fucking floor. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been rambling and talking about Grand Theft Auto, and I'm dog ass tired. I gotta go. Deuces.